All right. Welcome back to Soul Spark Tarot. Let's go ahead and ring the singer bowl. Get our emotions in check. All right. Let's cleanse your mind. Cleanse your mind. Get your mind cleansed out. Open up. Put on your open hat. Get your open hat. Uh huh. And check out our overall energy. So here's our overall energy. So our reading today is going to be dealing with the Six of Swords. All right, with that being said, let's listen to some tunes and then we're going to talk about this energy based upon our last chat. So let's get something going. This is Atomic Beats. I think I'm going to put this shit on the car. I don't know. But anyways, so last time we was talking about making sure you can see the Lord of yourself. So then I was scrolling and this popped up. So I want you to take a look at this picture. We've seen this before. If you were my age, your 30s, you've seen this before. Not this picture, but you've seen or heard of the concept of having a meeting with yourself. This is literally what I teach. This is literally soul inspiration. These are all versions of you. These are the Lord's, though. I'm just a rapping on this beat, coming natural. Damn, it just flow it effortlessly. I'm just a doing what I can. Free speech. But anyways, these are the lords that I was referring to. Now, the reason why I say lords is because they're the ones having the meeting. These aren't the people who are participating, but guess what? Are these lords participating? Yes. Does one person seems to be above the other people? Yes. This is the Lord of the Lords when the lords aren't lording. When the king becomes the peasant again, the king enters the kingdom of someone else. But when that king leaves, guess what? That king becomes the king again, or the Lord. So, this is what I'm bringing to you, and this is perfect energy that fits right along. It fits right along with this Six of Swords. So, when I always depict any of these cards, you gotta understand this is time progressing. So, Two of Swords versus Three versus One, they're all just one. Every time you get one sword, it makes your first sword old. Every time you get one extra year in your life, you get older. Every sword gained is multiple Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords are epiphanies, realizations, moments of clarity. I have complete neutralization of my ego and I have received information. I am not the Lord. I am a peasant enjoying the kingdom. I am not the teacher. I'm a student enjoying the class. That is what these Ace of Swords are for me. It is Excalibur, which is a sword that should be able to cut through anything. This is the ace. But 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That equals ones. But because I got 1 6 times, that means they operate a certain way. They do a certain thing. They choose to enact a certain behavior. Guess what? These are the lords. Certain behaviors that was acted upon. That is what made you you of the past versus you of the now. There's other things like existing, just living, and that will make you different from before. So because of that, you're constantly building up this room of versions of self. So what do we need to do with that? I love this song. What do we need to do with that? Sorry for that random. Let's see what the cards say. Let's get some clarity. Yeah, we about to go and grab some clarity. Yeah, we about to get an ace of swords for thee. Looking at this victory, smooth into these calmer spaces, just to doing what we can, emotional places. So what does this card mean for me? It means that you be triumphant on emotional scenes. That's why you went in a boat, man and woman with the child though. That means you be complete with your family zone. That's all of you coming through with this higher tune. Yeah, man, that's just the higher dude. What is that? That's these actions, dude. King of rods, that's what I be. Coming through on a hermit scene, but I just be the peasant version of the king. So, as you are this peasant, smooth sailing away with your masculine energy intact, with your feminine energy intact, with your youthful raw energy intact, and then your maturity in action, this is what we're moving past. So, let's see. I like to see the card cuts, first 5 of them at least. I've already shuffled, but, it's just to see. So, new actions, new passions, new things coming to you in the world, which is what you're going. Oh, change. So, you are going into the world. It makes perfect sense. So for me, it makes perfect sense. I don't know where you are, but now we're realizing that is what death in life is. When the king has to enter somebody else's kingdom, they have to go in there and be a peasant. They have to. They're not the king, and the shit doesn't work the same way. When the kid has to go from this teacher to this teacher, things aren't the same. You got to behave in a different way. When the class, or when the nurse has to go from this hospital to this hospital, the cab driver or the Uber driver has to go from this drop-off location to that one, the truck driver from this to that one, the HR person from this file on the screen to that file on the screen, from this code line on the computer to that code line on the computer, from this box of paint to those boxes of paint. All of these things are represented by you. But in order to enact one or the other, something must die. And that is the old version of you. But what we're trying to say is that because they're dead, they can always be with you. And so you can always call them, hey, what's up? And then you can get what you need. And guess what? Commercial. Commercial again. So you're able to give yourself what you need in the most traditional fashion. That's for the higher being of yourself. So looking at these cards, does any of what I've said, if you understand cards, does anything that I've said appears to be incorrect? I think this shit is so accurate, and now we got the visual to see. Talking about being the king, and I said the king of wands, but I always said the king of wands is the hermit because they're the only one with rods. And the hermit has a golden rod, unlike this king who has a nice bright red one, unlike this man who has a all black one. The exact opposite to golden light, darkness. But it's only darkness because it's my lightsaber kind of thing, and I cut it off. That was just a stick to most people, but if I cut it back on, that motherfucker is going to first warm up to this one. And then if I'm the hermit, that means, or when I'm in my solitude, that means, boom, my shit brighten up and turn gold. Transmute that lead into a flame, and then that flame can refine and turn to gold. But again, that's the energies that I express with this masculine side. And then 6 says that we're doing what? What is this 6 card doing? It is moving, but it's not moving in a way that's just moving. This movement card is ruled by Cancer. Here's one claw, there's one claw. Oh, did we not speak about duality? Did it not say that we need to have our masculine energy and our feminine? Oh, this one over here has some feminine features. This one over here doesn't. What do you see? Masculine, feminine. Oh, but then there's a third thing that can control both the masculine and the feminine. That raw, youthful baby energy, that full expression, that motherfucker's right here. Well, it's right here. So, again, you are moving forward. You are moving forward above the emotion. That means you have power over the lordships. You are this motherfucker in this picture. Dang it. You are this motherfucker in this picture standing up. You're the one standing up, hosting the meeting. And what I'm trying to tell you is that any of these versions of you can host the meeting. Now you got to understand what topic. What are we discussing? Are you even qualified to lead this conversation? Well, in 2008, I was this way. In 2015, I was that way. Well, 2025, which one do you qualify? Who do you think has the better experience? You got a 5-year difference. You got somebody who has been out of school for 5 years. Now you got somebody who's been out of school for 10 years. Same field, same industry. One has 10 years of experience, one has 5. Who do you hire for this senior management role to lead my company? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Pick and choose, that's what you got to do. Making moves, but who is making moves? Who telling you to do what you want? And can you listen to yourself, tell yourself what the fuck you want? You gotta take a think. So, as you take this raw energy and you can express it in your masculine energy or your feminine energy, you got to look at the burdens that you're choosing. And you're always going to have burdens because these are different versions of you. That is a good thing because now instead of having burdens, you have responsibilities. Burdens of choice. Again, the only reason why it's a burden is because you are a peasant in another king's world. That is why it seems to be a burden. You know you're a king or queen. I'm sorry, ladies. You know you're a royalty. Nah, you're a king, right? We're talking about the masculine energy, so I don't give a fuck. We're talking about the masculine energy. So you're a king. You're taking action. And now when you want to do your friend's nails or you want to do your friend's eyebrows or if you want to put in their extension, you know that you're going to be responsible for doing a good job because you want to get paid. But guess what? You can get paid slugging concrete too. But you want to do people's hair. So guess what? It might be a burden to do hair all the fucking time for some people, but you enjoy it. It would be a burden to mix concrete and, shovel all day and shit. But some people like it. Some people like the free time that comes along with it. Some people like the physical aspects behind it. They stay strong. They feel good. Some people like the fact that they get paid a grip, but they're going a lot. Some people like the fact that they get benefits that are out there. Yin yang. Others like how it was relaxed. Whatever is a burden to you, just realize that, it's only a burden because I got my king hat on. I'm thinking I'm this person standing up. You think that you this person standing up, but actually you this motherfucker sitting over here. You should be sitting and listening, but you think you the one who should be running the meeting. That's why you feel like they're a burden. So it's important for us to now realize that responsibilities are the things that we want to focus on. But you're already doing that because, again, you're moving towards responsibilities that make you feel victorious. How do I know? Because you've been working on things, you've been wanting them to grow. Again, this is like a category for me of these 10 responsibilities. I got my mind, my body, and my spirit. I got my health, I got my wealth, and I got my freedom. I got my peace of mind, I got my calmness in my emotion, and I got strength in my body. Like, those things that you have as a trinity amongst yourself are the aspects of how you focus, but then you realize you are the fourth pillar. A lot of people like to see this as a 3, but this is a table, bro. This is a table, bro. It's a 4. Because you are the thing. You're the fourth piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you put your hand on one of those rods, you create lordship. So, you're responsible for things, and now you've created organization to where now this responsibility can be fed into some trinity category that leads me to feel victorious. But then you realize when you create a routine, the routine in and of itself can be automatic or self-sustaining, aka this child. Even though it was raw and I needed to be there to cultivate it, what comes next? Look, bro, the fucking 4. I didn't do this. This shit just fell the fuck out. Like, I didn't. And that shit goes literally from the 3 to the 4. And then, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at this. This is like the kid going off and then coming back and retiring their family, like the traditional aspect of what family should be, and this is what you're moving towards. It's like being able to have these 3 parts of you intact and knowing how you can interact and change between them, which creates that routine of you, which creates stability as a 4 for yourself. That 4 for yourself can now be shared with somebody else. And that somebody else is the other side of you. That other side of you is now comfortable being here because you know it's going to be there. And I love the 4 of Wands. This is my complete balance card. This is absolute harmony. No matter what part of this card you look at, you cannot find disharmony. It takes mental understanding. Most people are going to see this as halves and wholes, but then a more mature brain would understand ratios and percentages. So I know it gets a little bit convoluted for some, but 100% is 100%. It's one card, which means you can't unbalance it, but you can look at things in ratios. I got a 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I got 3 quarters for every $1. This is this card. No matter which way you go, you're going to have a flow. So you are okay with not doing one part of you. You're okay with leaving a part of you behind, not focusing on one part, because you know your routine is going to bring you back to balance. And it might take longer for you to understand that. I think that's the case. I think it's going to take more time, which is, again, the sailing above the emotions. It takes time for emotional waters to settle. Just, again, you can experiment if you want to. Go get a cup of water, put that shit on the counter, and don't touch the cup. Go to the other side of the counter and start shaking the tape or the counter. I promise you that water will shake and it would not instantly stop. It will continue to reverberate, and it's going to take a little bit of time for those waves, for these waves to relax. It's the same thing with air. That's why thoughts swirl in our mind. It's swirling because it's contained in a space. Air is supposed to flow freely. So whenever you need to, whenever your head is like full up with thoughts swirling, you need to get outside, because things will pull thoughts out of you, literally, because some thoughts are just basic things like, is the sky blue? And if you're outside and you can just look and see the sky is blue, like that thought instantly gets dispelled and released because, again, it's not as heavy anymore. It lost load. Its question was answered. It disappeared. I'm good. I'm going to go back to being in the background. I'm going to settle. But that's what the waves or emotions are. But this is how air acts, and this is how fire moves. The only opposite thing to that would be the pentacle. The only opposite thing to that would be the pentacle. Everyone has a trinity that equals an opposite. All of these things, which is the concept of this 3 right here. And so when I have this 3 here and I realize I'm the one enacting the stability, then I can find stability in those actions because the stability is the pentacle. This isn't the pentacle card, but it's the opposite. That's what I'm trying to say. So if this is the man, then again, you can see differences on those cards. The color, first of all, the other assets on top. The person doing something versus the people not. So again, there's always this thing that if I'm in routine, if I have a status, if I have a lordship, if I have rules, if I have structure, if I have an understanding, guess what? That understanding can have a knowing. And then if that knowing can have an understanding, then it can have wisdom and application. So we're giving things fuel in order to enact itself. That's what this is, which is why no matter where you go, you can enact yourself. Which is why the next card that will come after this will be the 5. The 5 enacts something coming in to try to create instability. But because you're completely balanced and you know how to alter between selves, you know how to switch lordship roles, you can say, hey, I don't know if I can do it, can you step in? And they can switch. Still you, right? So that's the idea, that's the concept. Well, when you have that concept in mind, you find victory. So we skipped the conflict. We went from the 3 to the 4 to the 6. We skipped the conflict aisle because, again, what I'm expressing to you was that you don't see conflict as conflict anymore. At least you're starting not to. I'm telling you not to. Here's your start. Don't fucking see conflict as conflict. See it as responsibilities for either this version of me or some other. So when you wondering if you should be mean or not, you gotta say, is this my responsibility? Or is this a burden to answer this? If it's burdensome, find a different version of yourself. Find a different version of yourself and take action. Find a different version of you and say, well, I know we should not do this shit. We gonna motherfucking do this. And do it. Because again, the only reason why you might express to yourself in a way that you will question that version of you, the only reason why you would do that is because, like, let's say this motherfucker has been yapping, and then this person is like, man, I got the fucking answer, and you just like asking all these dumbass questions. Like, this person is going through it mentally, and then this person say, now do you have something to say? You got a better idea? And then, actually, I do. That's that version of you. And then, if you accept yourself and realize that it's a burden to run this meeting and try to get people to figure it out, I can't figure it out, we can't figure it out, it's feeling burdensome, I'm going to be the one to do what? I'm going to take action and, again, let it become raw, which was, you got a problem with what I'm saying? Can you do better? When teachers say shit like that. And then guess what? Because we're living in this state, we can take action in not just one way, in all ways. Whenever I put my hand to something, I'm the motherfucking king. I can even realize that I can be the peasant in my own scene. So, because of that, you don't need to go through the conflict. You can always find the victory. And that is cool because, again, the victory comes with you being able to see yourself. But what are you seeing in yourself? The ability to learn anew. This is the last card that fell out in that sequence. The last card that fell out was the Page of Swords. And this is, internet communications and all that shit technology of the modern. But of the original, this is apprenticeship. This is the card of starting something new. This is, damn, I'm really interested in computers. I'm going to go look at new shit for computers. I'm interested in code. I'm going to go start looking at videos for code. This is one of my foundational principles of soul inspiration. You got to explore and you got to become wondrous with the world. Curious. You must understand that the things that you do in this world are happening because you are choosing to happen with it. You're present with these things. So we say follow your heart because it gives the most vibration throughout any time. You can love something from when you was a kid all the way up to you was an adult, even if you had to do very difficult things in between. Many doctors want to be a doctor because they wanted to be as a kid. But when I changed that doctor and put a vet on there, you understand that love a little bit deeper. A lot of veterans, like veterinarians, they do it with patients that they can barely communicate with. But I want you to get out of pets, get into farm animals, get into wildlife. Those are people who know how to help these animals. And they can't be like, hey, yo, lion, come over here. Nah. You'll be bye-bye. You'll be gone. So, because of that, you gotta realize that it takes knowledge. And even if I go up to a lion and I learn this lion, that motherfucker knows that if I go to a different place with a different pride, I gotta learn them lions again, and guess what? Them lions might not be trying to fuck with me. Even if I'm doing everything right and I've learned everything about those lions on the other side. These lions on the west side, they operate a little differently. Lions on the east side, they operate a little bit differently. So guess what? I can't apply west side shit to east side shit. But this says that I don't need to be emotional about it. This says that I got 6 different ace of swords that'll help me find clarity. This says I got 6 different actions I can take to find victory. And this says that I got 4 extra burdens on there that I don't even see as burdens. So you think I got 10 burdens, but I actually got 4 of these things that I do because I need to do them because it keeps me stable. I want to do them. I feel like it's my responsibility to do this. I need to do this shit. If I don't have my motherfucking coffee, don't talk to me, motherfucker. That's that kind of energy. But in reality, the only thing that anybody else can see is this 6. Say it with me now. 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 equals 10. It's so clear to me, but I hope that it's clear to you now. This is what I see. This is how I see life. This is what soul inspiration is. This is what I talk, man. This is what I preach. I'm preaching this shit because this is how I see. Behaviors, actions, balance. You are the captain. This is leadership. This is what leaders go through, and this is what leaders understand. It's just a balance of themselves. Take a look at this. Please understand this. It's more deep than what y'all know, and this is why I want y'all to see it. Look at this 6 card. Look at this 4 card. Does anybody see something about these Roman numerals? Do you understand Roman numerals are representative of physical things? It's like measurements. Spaces. That's what they're talking about. This is before 0, my nigga. So you gotta figure out a way to say space or 0 when there's no word for space or 0. Nigga, it's the before and the after kind of shit, but it's in the right now. That's what this is. You got VI, IV. Those are balanced. But really, this should be like this, right? IV, VI. You will see them as opposites, right? But no. Right now, it comes VIIV. It's like a sandwich. It's like bread, jelly, bread. What? And then over here, it's like jelly bread, bread, jelly. Oh, that makes so much more sense, right? And then in between, you just got a V, which is the 5. But in between, you have a V. When it's this way, well, we don't have a V. The cards are laid this way. Oh, actually, they were laid this way, but I had them this way. And that's showing us that we have the 2. What is the 2? The 2 represents these 2 that aren't being used. I'm using this one. I have one of these rods in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is the table, then I'm not the table. Are you sitting at the table? No, I'm not. Is table still a table? Yes, it is. That's what this is saying. But guess what? When all of these are pushed to the side, here's also the 10. So now it looks like something completely different. I'm the one carrying all of these responsibilities, but guess what? I don't see all of these things as responsibilities when I break them down and find differences. When I can break myself down and find differences. Oh, in 2018, I was really good at this. And in 2008, I was the best shape of my life. In 2002, I was 6. You know, whatever the fuck got going on. Whatever the fuck you got going on. The idea is you can break down what you got going on, and now you can take this 10 that people can see as burdens, and you can say, oh no, actually, these things make me feel victorious. I enjoy them. They make me feel good. And these things I just do because, keep me stable. I just got to go out there and, I run my mile in my morning, in the morning time. I wake up and do my deep breathing. Whatever you do. If you wake up and fucking take a shot or smoke a bowl because you need to, or go drink a Rockstar or a Monster Energy drink or something, that's what you do, man. And that's your routine. And can you improve your routines? Yeah. But there's a part of you that, helps you do what you do and get you through your day. So, with that being said, take on this youthful energy, this page energy, to where even if you do gotta upgrade that routine, you're not gonna be like, it's a burden for me to change. No, you're gonna be like, it's my responsibility to find out how to improve my workout, how to improve my coffee, how to improve my health. Oh, I can't keep drinking Monsters. Is there anything else I can do that will give me that kick that I'm looking for? Maybe I need to look at the ingredients. Maybe I need to explore the ingredients. Maybe I need to try a different energy drink without those ingredients. It will tell you what to do. But again, questioning, curiosity, that version of you doesn't exist with the you that likes the old routine. An old dog doesn't like a new trick unless that old dog has been learning new tricks. That's really what it should be saying. If you are an old person, like me, I'm in my 30s, old motherfuckers. Guess what? Are you learning shit? Or are you so old that you just watching your kids get older and that's how you know shit is changing? Are you that old to where you're already sitting on the porch just people watching and everything is a burden that you're responsible for now? If this is you, you need to check out course 1 of Respark Fitness Motivation. You need to have a psychological exchange. So, I'll be posting that shit in the comments and you can be looking it up so you can change your point of view. This is you. This is what we want to do. Alright, let's get out of here. What's our final message? Woo. Final messages. Oh, I saw the Ace of Cups. Oh. Final message is Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You're fighting something because you're fighting not wanting to nourish something of the past. Remember, this pentacle energy doesn't really exist. It's the contrast to all of your mind, all of your emotions, and all of your body. That is what the pentacle energy is. It's the routines, it's the canvas, it's how you enact and express those other 3 energies. Again, fire, air, and water. That's what these are. This is the earth. and the earth is in reverse. So what is this as a final message? Well, first, we finally got our 5. This here is what we avoided. And our final message says, okay, this is where our final message is built from. It's built from the need. It's really not a need, but you do need it. You need to have things outside of you come in and test your boundaries, which is why bodybuilding, people who train others, you have to go to failure. I said this, I'm not sure in this reading or the one before, but you have to realize that you need a new point of view. So if I do a bunch of exercises to failure, let's say I'm doing squats or something. Nah, that's not use squats. I'm doing my backside, because that's what I said before. I'm using my backside, right? And then I fail. Like if I'm doing back arms for my triceps, you still need to work out. But your triceps are dead. I literally just went into failure. I can't do a single more. So how do you change this discord? I can't. You in the routine of doing the back arm. You in the routine of working the tricep, the back of the arm. Oh, I can't do it anymore. All of these thoughts, all of these words, all of these tries, all of this wasted effort. And then this ace of soul, or ace of rods in this case, but this new action pops up in your mind and it says, let's do the front side. So now my triceps are dead to failure. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do some bicep curls. And now my biceps, they're not 100% because that was helping my triceps out. But, I got this. I can help you out. I got this. I can take over. You can't do it. I got you. Let me take over. Just what, man? Let's support each other. Oh, but guess what? This is you with yourself. So now you're removing conflict, and I think this is why this Queen of Pentacles came out in reverse. Let's get the actual book so you can understand what I'm talking about. So, removing this routine is really not the routine, it's the you. So it says, duties neglected, dependence on others. Again, it sounds bad. It sounds bad when it's external, but this is internal. So when you are neglecting your responsibilities, when you are this person and you're looking at this person, say, you have been neglecting your responsibilities, we can't figure this out, you're getting mad, you're being an asshole. You say, I got the solution, but this person needs to realize that they have had the duties neglected. So the person standing, again, neglected duties, people see that, the others see that, but it says you are dependent on others. That's just called support. Again, I'm calling it something else, and that changes everything. When the Lord is the Lord of his domain, everything changes when he enters somebody else's. Again, keep that shit in mind. Suspicion, fear of failure and lack, mistrust of those close to you, the seeker. You are the person who is seeking. How do I know you're seeking? Our overall energy is you motherfucking going somewhere, nigga. I'm sorry for yelling. But do you see this? You're going somewhere. So you're seeking something. But you, I don't know which part of you. I think it's a skid mark. It's a stain. It's despondence. I made up a few words. Philology. Malarkey. That's a real word, but flaggergarchy. That's what I feel like saying. I'm just making shit up, but like that's what that energy is. Like flaggergarchy. Whatever the fuck flaggargy means like to you, that's that energy of like being down in blue. I'm just trying to give you a lot of understandings of what this actually is looking at. And this is actually looking at you realizing that there's like stains in life. You know, like things get broken, obstacles are there. But like you this is old, but instead of saying, "Oh, I don't have a job," you say, "Oh, I don't have a job." Instead of saying, "Ah, I gotta drive my girlfriend to work," you say, "Oh, I gotta drive my girl to work, man." Instead of saying, I gotta actually pay my mortgage," you say, "Damn, I got a house and a mortgage to pay." Instead of saying, I think you get it. So, as we go and learn how to become more and more of ourselves, we're going to realize quickly that it takes us learning how to cope with parts of us that we no longer like, parts of the world that we don't fuck with, because there's parts of us that don't fuck with other parts of us. And that's it. But we are on the same team, and we can bully ourselves into change, or we can be supportive of ourselves of change. But we're going to change. It's going to happen. You're going to have to carry these 10 rods. You're going to have to. If you want to live, at least. If you want to survive. But remember, 10 plus 0 gives you 10. But 6 plus 4 gives you 10. 9 plus 1 gives you 10. 5.5 plus 4.5 gives you 10, nigga. There's lots of different ways where people can live their lives. There's lots of complex aspects where we can put together in order to see ourselves live and survive. You gotta see that even in yourself, those complexities will also exist. So you gotta tell yourself, I need to live and survive. So guess what? Listen to the person say, now it's time to thrive. Sit the fuck down with yourself and tell yourself to sit the fuck down if you need to. And tell another self to stand the fuck up if you need to. But make sure that you feel supported with you. Again, feel that feeling of not being supported and then switch your mindset. Damn, I don't feel supported. Damn, I don't feel supported? Shit! What can I do? I can see the things that keep me feeling supported, and then I can explore things that will bring me victory. And when I explore things that bring me victory, you gotta understand that you're stepping into conflicts. You the top dog in the conflict though. We don't know the problem. We don't know the solution to the problem. I got that shit. You guys are fighting in the background. You got the 5 fighting in the background, but I got the solution. I got the magic stick, bitch. So, with that being said, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Alright, I appreciate y'all fucking with me. I'm trying to be on here more often. Check out the TikTok though. Alright. And course one for those motherfuckers who need help with this change on your mindset. $5 book. Got a workbook coming out. $10 coming at you. Alright, niggas. Peace.